again, day 4.7. Just so you can see what I'm thinking about, so you can hear what I'm thinking about. On your packet, you probably have the second and final quiz for this unit as next Tuesday and Wednesday. But obviously, we're all together now, so we can take it on the same day. I'm thinking that we do it on Tuesday, and I possibly give you the day off on Wednesday. All right, that's what I'm thinking right now, but we'll see how the effort level goes. That's really that's a huge part of my final decision, whether or not I give you Wednesday off or not, is if we stick to our high effort level. Okay, last 2 days of the unit, today and Thursday. Last 2 days are going to be on word problems. Not everyone's favorite, I know, but I can't stress this enough today. We're still finding A, B, and C, period, except they're going to call them different things in the problem. You won't see the word period. You'll see it as something else instead. All right, so that's the biggest thing I'm trying to get across from you today and Thursday when we finish this unit is, they're word problems. It's a lot to read sometimes, but we just got to figure out the numbers they put in the word problem. Whatever numbers I see in there, I got to figure out, is that an A value? Is that a C value? Is that the period? All right, and hopefully when we get through it today, you'll be like, all right, I'm starting to pick this up a little bit. So look at the first example. You always have to love these word problems, right? They tell you this whole huge story. All I care about is the numbers in it, right? We're in Poughkeepsie, New York. I don't know if anybody ever been down there. If you need to know, the minimum number of hours of daylight during the winter is 9. Maximum is 15. What's the amplitude? That's it. What's the amplitude? Again, amplitude is my A value. So much practice in this, right? So much practice. That's all this is asking for. What's the A value? Here we go. I'm back to numbers today. Back to numbers. You just can't see them come up. Here we go. What's the A value formula for me? Let's go 11. Liz, what's my A value formula?
Max minus min over 2.
Yep. Again, this is why I like this unit a lot, and you guys are pretty successful in this unit. Nothing really changes. We may be doing a word problem, but A is still the same formula. So I look back at the problem. My max was 15 minus the min of 9 divided by 2. So my A value, 6 divided by 2, 3. And that's it. All right, that was it. So pretty straightforward on that one. The word actually, maximum and minimum, those words were there, so we knew exactly what we were working with. Not so much in the second one. Here we go in the second one. Before I get to the second one, can I tell you, I have a lot of respect for most of you here. All right, some of you guys are still trying to earn it, but after teaching from my house remotely yesterday and sitting down all day, I got a lot of respect for you guys. A lot more respect for you. I don't know how you can just sit there and go through it all day. All right, that's why I'm standing up right now. All right, my back was killing me, probably because I'm old too, but back was killing me. Knees were all making different noises they should have, so they shouldn't be. So that's why I'm coming live from the kitchen today so I could stand up. So if you're wondering why the fridge is behind me, that's why. All right. Not that you guys cared at all, I can tell on your faces, but just humor me once in a while. Maybe. All right, here you go. Ooh, high tide, low tide. A lot of these word problems are going to involve high tide and low tide. It's a cosine curve, as you guys can read that. It's going to be a cosine curve. I give you the max depth of the water and the minimum depth, but here's where it starts getting tricky. And high tide hits every 12 hours. They don't give me a vocabulary term for 12, but if I think about it, if high tide occurs every 12 hours, so high tide, 12 hours. Here we go again. High tide, another 12 hours. What is that 12 actually representing in terms of a vocabulary term we have discussed? That's the what here. Go ahead, Caroline, or Eliana, go ahead, whoever. Period. Remember how long it takes to repeat itself. All right. So this 12 hours, even though it doesn't come out and say it, we have to recognize that they're telling us that's the period. All right, that's the period. High tide to low tide, back to high tide. That's my period. 12 hours. Okay, 12 hours. It asks in part A to do the graph first. I prefer to find the values first. So can we do part B first? Can we do the second part of this problem first? And then we'll graph it. All right, A value. Liz just gave this to us in number 1, so I'm not going to ask anybody again. Max minus min divided by 2. I will ask somebody, though, what the max and the min are. So let's hear from number 12 here. Dan, what's the max and the min here?
The maximum is 36.
Yep.
And the minimum is 22.
36 minus 22, everybody. Divide by 2. That's why you needed your calculators handy. We're looking at 7 there?
Yep.
7, okay. I always skip the B value to last. I go right to the C value now. Somebody remind me, what's my C value equation? Let's hear from 14. Eliana, what's my C value equation?
It's max plus min divided by 2.
Yep, that's why I always go A to C, because the formulas are very similar. So now we'll go 36 plus 22 divided by 2. You guys crunch that out here. And we end up with 29. There's your shift, your midline, C value, shift and midline, 29. And one more value, the B value. What have we been using all unit long to find the B value? What formula have we been using? Let's go, nope, not here. Let's go 3. Anna, what formula have I been using to find the B value?
The period formula.
All right, so here we go, Anna. Period equals 2 pi over B. What was the period here?
It would be 12.
12, right? 12 equals 2 pi over B. Go ahead and cross multiply, Anna. What do you end up with here?
12b equals 2 pi.
12b equals 2 pi. Everyone with us so far here? All right, Anna, divide both sides by what?
12.
Yep. Divide by 12, divide by 12. What's your B value, Anna?
Pi over 6.
Good job. She just reduced 2 over 12. Good work. Pi over 6. Everyone all right? It doesn't ask us for the equation, and I'm running out of room, but if we wrote the equation, we just put the A, the B, and the C in there. All right, we ready to graph? Let's graph this high tide, low tide business. X-axis first. I'm going to need somebody to explain to me, how do you set up the X-axis on this graph? It's the same process we've been using all throughout the unit. Let's go. Eliana, back to you. How do I find what I should set the X-axis up in?
You get your key values.
Darn right I do. So here we go. Key values. How do I find those key values, Eliana? What do I need to do?
You take the B value and divide it by 4.
Ooh, you got the divided by 4, but I don't take the B value.
Oh, the period.
Yep, where it ends. I take how long it takes, the period, and divide it up into 4 equal parts. So this is going to start at 3 and go by 3s on the X-axis, everyone. And I hate this as much as you do, because sometimes I skip over and I don't read slow enough. Sketch the graph for 2 full periods. 2 full periods, everyone. So don't space it out as much as you usually do. I'm going to go every two markings on here. So 3, because that was my key value. 6, 9, 12. There's the period, right? There's 1 full period. Got to do 2, though. So I got to keep going. 15, 18, 21, and 24. Any issues with my x-axis? Because I'm going to turn to somebody now to help me out with the y's. On the y-axis, you should have 3 values on the y-axis, at least 3 on the y. What are those 3 values on the y-axis that I need here? Let's hear from Sophia. Go ahead. What are the 3 values I should always have on the y-axis?
The maximum, minimum, and midline.
Got it. Max, min, and midline. So if we look at our problem, we should have 22, the minimum. We should have 30, where'd it go? There it is, 36, the maximum. And Sophia also said you should have the midline on there. Where's the midline? C value, 29. So I need to at least have 22, 29, and 36 on there. I don't think we're going to be able to go by ones, guys. I don't think so. I think we'll be able to fit by 2s on here, though, if you want to go by 2s. So go ahead, set up your y-axis by 2s. 1s are definitely not going to fit. I think 2s will, though. And if you guys just want to do a couple by 2s and then just hit 22, 36, and maybe 30, because you can't do 30, maybe 28 and 30, so you know where 29 is, that's fine. You don't have to do everything, label it 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. Just let me know you're going by 2s, and then you can just put the important values on. 8, 12, 14, 20, 22. I'll put 28 and 30 on there so we know where 29 is. 32, 34. Here's 36. Okay. I'll let you guys finish up, and then I'll ask one person here about what do you know about cosine? Where should I plot my points here? Excuse me. Starts at high tide, finishes at high tide. All right, I need a little help graphing my points. Let's go 11 here. Liz, back to you. Where's the cosine curve start, Liz?
The max.
Yep, so we're going to start up at 36. Then where, Liz?
The midline.
Yep, which we get, again, midline equals C value equals shift, 29. So right here at 29. Then where, Liz?
To the minimum.
Minimum. And I'm just going to start getting this into your mind, guys. In a problem like this, your minimum would be low tide now. Low tide at 22 feet. Go ahead, Liz. Then back where?
Midline.
Good work. And then finish this up for me. Where do I end this cosine curve?
Max.
Yeah, good job, Liz. Thank you. And then you guys can repeat that. All right, for 2 full periods. Repeat it again. Guys, finish that up. Questions there, guys? Anything on graphing that one? So again, I'm going to keep stressing this, and I know it gets annoying, but because I know what's coming up, though. Anytime we're doing these high tide, low tide problems, remember, high tide to high tide is 1 full period. Sometimes, though, they're going to get tricky on you, and they'll just give you the time from high tide to low tide. That's only half the period, remember. All right, it's got to go low to low or high to high to count as a full period. Any questions before we get to our last one here? Told you it was going to be a quick day. Anything, guys, on before we get to the last one? All right. It's one of my favorite ones. Yo-yos. Anybody? Skilled in the yo-yo department. Don't be ashamed just to tell me. It's fine. No one's going to make fun of you. I might later on down the line, but not right now. Nobody skilled in the yo-yo department? It's like a cosine curve, isn't it? It starts high, goes to its minimum, comes back up to its max where it started, right? It's a cosine curve. So I give you the equation that this yo-yo takes. You got the max and the min here for me. Ooh. Using the equation. Do we remember how to find the max and the min using the equation? All right, let's see. If you don't, that's fine. We'll refresh your memory. Using the equation, how do you find your maximum and minimum values? Here we go, Anna, back to you. You remember how to find the max and the min given the equation, Anna?
Yes, you take negative 1.75 and positive 1.75.
Yep, hold on. So you're fine. I just wanted to make sure everyone knows this was my original high and low. And then Anna, what happened?
You add 2.25 to both.
Yep, I had a shift. So both of these min and maxes are going up 2.25. Everyone grabs their calculator. What is the minimum height of this yo-yo here, Anna? Minimum. 0.5. And what are we talking about here? Feet? Yep. So 0.5 feet above, half a foot above the ground, and then a maximum height of 4 feet above the ground. You got it. Good job, Anna. Thank you. Nothing different, right, guys? Nothing different. And then how about part B? How much time does it take for the yo-yo to return to the max height? I don't see any vocabulary term in there. Like in part A, at least it said what's the max and the min. I don't see any vocabulary term. Anybody, and I don't want to call on anybody here, all right? Because this is our first day of doing this. Anybody know what it's asking us? Yo-yo to return to the max height. So remember, it starts at the max because it's a cosine curve. How long does it take to return to the max? This is just a nice way of saying find the what? Period. Good job, Caroline. Yep. That's all it's asking me for. Find the period. When does it return back to its original height for the max? The period. All right. So talk to me now. Now I'll ask you. Where'd it go? There it was. Period formula for me here. 10. Here we go. Caroline, there you go. Period equals what, Caroline?
2 pi over b.
2 pi over b. B value from the equation, Caroline.
Pi.
Yep, just the number in front of cosine or sine, which is pi. This is an easy one for you, Caroline, right? 2. Yep. And just to put that into context to the problem, 2, let's see, what's my time here? 2 seconds. So it takes the yo-yo 2 seconds to go down and back up. Okay, you guys good there? Questions that you want to ask? It's rare that you get a little non-math here. While we're on the old yo-yo, just to see what some people in the United States do with their lives, their free time. Just a little bit of the first place winner of the United States yo-yo competition, everybody. How about the background music? Can we also wonder why he wears 1 glove and not 2? And what is the purpose of the glove? These are life goals right now, kids, to strive to.